those listening, the one or two people who are listening, welcome to a early playthrough of Illwood Games' system-agnostic adventure Tricycle, Ride or Die. And with me...
I'm Shaun Hildner.
I'm Michael Castellano.
I'm Cory Dungeons.
We have 3 players. I will be the GM. I will be running them through this adventure, constantly trying to kill them and giving them moral decisions to make, and they will try to not die and figure out who they are as people. We have 3 players with 3 characters. We're going to be using the Black Hack 2nd Edition system. In terms of the Black Hack system, who is everyone playing?
I will be playing the wizard, Sapo.
I'm playing the cleric, Rapscallion, but my friends call me Scallion.
Not rap?
Rap.
My parents call me Rap.
I'm going to be playing the thief, Bo Quotes, because that's not his real name. That's like his rogue name.
Mm-hmm.
Bo Bakirin.
All right, so here's the brief overview. Imperio branded metals rust in the jungle greenery. Tranquil nights are disturbed by the roars of modern engines and the screams of ancient demons. 3 centuries of occupation have bent the archipelago's geography and its people to serve a new master. Tricycles, 3-wheeled vehicles imported by the Imperio, have become a divisive symbol of both a painful past and a hopeful future. This is the archipelago. You are the tricycle drivers, the cabbies who ferry without question, commune with spirits, and cross steel with colonizers. So, in this game, you will be speeding through the night on a tricycle taxi, battling nightmarish ghouls while navigating an island's violent colonial occupation and its brewing revolution. And we'll uncover more about the setting and story as we go through. Before we move forward, let's customize your characters with some unique items and background stories. So, if you look on the player pamphlet, panel 1, you'll see a section that says your character is carrying ... You guys can roll a d4. So let's go around the table and each one roll a d4 to see what you are carrying.
Cory?
I rolled a 3.
So you got a Teague Mamanukan wing. If you look under there, it says the wearer of this bamboo leaf poncho can catch the wind and glide into the air.
What?
So
That's amazing.
Yeah.
See you, losers. My people
someone
need
else.
Cass, you want to do one?
Yeah. I rolled a 1. I've got a Riesel stick. A thunderous or whispered voice will speak aloud anything composed with this writing stick. Sick.
No, stick.
And
Six.
Shaun, since there's only 2 left, you can roll, basically D2 and get one of the remainder.
How about a 2?
All right, you got Lapu Lapu's Campilan. This is those who wield this sword see a floating head that only they can interact with.
So can I use a sword? I guess I had a
You
short
can't.
sword, right?
Yeah,
Is that the head of Lapu Lapu?
the backstory of it, that is the head that Lapu Lapu decapitated.
Oh, okay.
He's famous for taking the head of Magellan when he tried to invade and convert
That
people
rules.
on the island.
Nice.
It was like
That
on
guy.
a beach too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like really
Slice that head
beautiful.
right
Yeah.
off. Using a Campilan, which is, if you look on the player sheet, that's what she's carrying. It's a sword with kind of a double-edged end to it.
I see. So Campilan is the name of the weapon.
Yep.
Cool. Dude, you got some legendary shit. You can
Yeah.
talk to Magellan and call him a
You got a glider.
Yeah, but I want to call Magellan a
I'll let you.
You want
Just
to
'cause
borrow
you
my
can't
Riesel
see him
stick?
doesn't mean you can't call him a
Guess you're right. Tell Magellan I hate him.
You could write with my Riesel stick. Whisper.
Do the same thing, go around the table and choose your backstories. And then you can connect it to your character, and then you can use that prompt to elaborate all of your items that you have and who you are as a character. So you all know each other because you all share this one tricycle taxi, because that's all you can afford. And plus you need the artillery to survive as you travel through the jungle. So you all ride it. So who's first? Who wants to do their background?
I got it. 3. I am the only survivor of a construction accident. The Imperio's monument was recently completed and the accident has been erased from public knowledge. Your scars are intimidating.
Your scars are intimidating.
Yeah.
I was adopted a new identity as a tricycle driver to escape indentured servitude under the Imperio. Still carry their mark. That's cool.
Cassie can tell us what your scars are that people find intimidating, and Cory, you can tell us maybe what that mark is and if people can see it.
Yeah, across my chest, it's like two marks that look like eyes and then an upside down like frowny face. So it looks like I've got a frowny face scar across my chest.
That is terrifying.
It's really scary.
Very intimidating.
Yeah, I got a brand on the arm of this character. It's like an S for slave. And I keep it covered up.
Would we assume that it is a mark that if people of the Imperial would see, would immediately recognize what it is and what it's for?
Oh yeah, totally. That's kind of the point of the branding. I got trademarked.
You rolled a 3.
Yep.
I was born in exile and have recently smuggled myself back to the archipelago to understand the heritage that was taken from me. My naivety sparks curiosity from others, from the locals.
Mm-hmm. Even those that you're with.
Yeah. I like this will be fun to role play. I don't really know how this works.
All right, so yeah, tell us about your character and how you all know each other. You're all driving a tricycle together, taking fares.
I'm on the run.
We're all a little bit on the run. Like, I just needed work.
Yeah.
And like you said, we couldn't afford our own tricycles.
Got to ride or die.
So how did we get together, though?
Yeah, I've just been traveling around trying to spread the word of my god. And these two seemed like they'd be easy targets. I think they're all in on my guide, right? You guys all in on Starbo, the living tree?
Absolutely not.
My boy Starbo?
You try to spread your message by using your stick and whispering sweet nothings into strangers' ears.
Yeah, the sweet nothings are getting progressively louder and louder, though.
The more that they're ignored.
Yeah, were we just taken in by the voices that we think are in our head, but it's just you and your stick?
Yeah. You don't know about my stick. You just think it's
You're
like
manipulating
either
them?
yeah, it's a higher
Ooh.
power or schizophrenia, one or the other.
Yeah, we joined up. God Starbo told us to buy a tricycle together, and we had to say yes.
Yeah, and 50% of all we make goes to the Church of Starbo.
And I'm like, I've decided I'm collecting weird things, weird animals and plants and things like that. Which is why I have a void creature's egg that I can't decide whether I want to let hatch or boil right now.
Yeah.
Eat.
Do you have any idea what happens when it hatches? Or
No idea. I don't even know what animal it's from.
Nice.
But I do kind of want to eat it. And then I also have a toad with human legs, who's my friend.
No, he's not.
He is my friend.
No.
He walks around with his big old belly.
Bro.
I'm picturing a real sexy walk.
Oh,
It's got
they're
high
lady. Yeah,
heels.
it definitely has heels. What are you talking about?
Yeah, runway toad.
Wah, 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 wah.
Anything else you guys like to add before we move forward?
I have a small vial of divine blood,
Mhm.
which is actually maple syrup. Well, I harvested it from a Starbo tree.
Yeah.
Oh,
That makes
the
sense.
tree. That's right.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
living tree. So it's nutritious and divine and maybe magical. I don't know. I like it. It's always warm for some reason,
Be served with
but I'm always kind of sitting on it, so maybe that's what it is.
with the holy communion of pancakes. It's like
Let's
the
say
wafer.
you're when you drink from your vial, if you are a true believer of Starbo, it'll give you
Diabetes.
+1 to any of your stat for like UD6 turns.
Cool.
So you can use it as a way to like up a stat, like inspiration.
How often can I use it?
Let's say there's enough in it for 3 sips in the night.
Ooh. Conveniently, there's 3 of us. You guys aren't getting any of them.
My blood, my tree blood.
Just gotta watch me drink it 3 times. Pour the rest out onto the ground.
Oh, I need to figure out my phantom limb too.
Yeah,
phantom
you have
limb?
a phantom limb.
Yeah, obviously I lost my hand from the elbow down, or my arm from the elbow down on my left side while trying to replace the battery in the tricycle. And we all know how impossible it is to replace a battery, right, Cass?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube doesn't help.
Can't do it.
So now my arm has been replaced by a glowing ghost arm.
That's not how a ghost limb
It's a
works.
glow stick that you need to crack every
No.
night.
If it's a phantom limb, it means that you still feel it, but it's not there.
Oh, this is actually a game that we're playing, and it has like some fantasy elements.
What? I thought this was 100%
No,
realistic.
if I'm using my phantom arm, which is sort of like a ghost arm, it's a glowing limb. I get to re-roll once for a long rest per day or whatever.
I think it's anytime.
Anytime I'm using my left arm.
Well, it might be once per session. Let me check.
I'm sorry for calling you out, Corey.
15.
Now you got to keep me in check. Otherwise, I'll act out.
Oh, once per session. So once in this adventure.
Okay. I get to re-roll like a sword attack or whatever. Cool.
Yeah, any attribute that you want to reroll, you can if you're using your phantom limb to do
Oh,
it.
sure, yeah.
Because it's phantom.
Mm-hmm.
Could your phantom limb be your head, and then you could re-roll like
All
perception
intelligence checks?
Yeah.
All your wisdoms and intelligence checks. Segueing from how you lost your arm, tricycles are actually, they're not powered with gasoline engines as typical. These Imperio branded motorcycles are actually powered by what everyone refers to as the heart, which is an infinite power source. But because local materials are unable to properly contain its energy, they tend to break down often. So whenever you're driving the tricycle, especially on the rugged terrain and through battle, every time you have to do a handling check to see if you can do a certain maneuver that you want to do, you also have to do a durability check to see how well your bike maintains that kind of abuse.
Hey, what's your dex?
it's super good.
Oh, not as good as mine.
What?
Sucks to suck.
So
How?
let's set up your
You're
go
a
ahead and set up your
cleric.
tricycle.
You
On the side with the map.
homeless drug addict.
I got it, Roderick. I'm listening.
Yeah, if you go on the
This
side
This
with
child
the map,
isn't.
I'm furious.
style is all a part of the job. Your tricycle will draw attention everywhere you go. The type of attention you receive is dependent on how you customize your ride. So, style can increase or decrease throughout the course of the game, depending on what upgrades you find. To start the game, you're going to choose a style score of 7, 10, or 13 and place that onto your bike. Applying upgrades can raise your score to 20 or reduce it down to 1. Raising your score closer to 20 will suggest that you are in alliance with the Imperio, and lowering your score closer to 1 will suggest an alliance with the Revolution. Any part of the journey, I'll direct you when to roll a d20 and determine what kind of attention that your taxi receives when you enter a village or a public place. So do you want to appear legitimate and avoid harassment by the Imperio? Then you raise your score closer to 20, but also losing credibility with the locals. Or would you rather show your allegiance with the rebellion, but endure the prejudice that comes with it by lowering your score closer to 1? So to start off, do you want your score to be at 7, 10, or 13?
7, baby.
7. I think
Viva
we
la
have to go.
revolution.
Yeah. There's no point
Cool.
in hiding.
Well, there's benefits and
Sure.
disadvantages to both. So yeah, you can tell you. So go ahead and put the d20 at 7 on your style.
Should we keep
And
one of these each, or one for our whole?
If you can all see it in the center, you can put it right in the center. But if you all want your own trackers, you can absolutely do that.
Up to you
It's
guys.
easier for you guys to see.
Center it
One's
is.
better.
Cool. Well, we have one for everyone, and then Corey has his own.
Perfect.
Uh-huh.
This is for my leaf. While I'm flying around, you suckers are gonna.
Yeah, he's not even
flying-
on the bike.
Yeah.
You just got a rope and you're paragliding.
He's doing some Breath of the Wild shit.
Yeah.
So next, you're gonna take a d6 and put it on the lead check with the 1 facing up. That's basically a counter to when a forced encounter might happen. Next, you want to place a d6 on weight capacity with however many people are currently on the bike. So right now you have 3. If you reach a number higher
You
than
floating?
5, you'll
Yeah.
exceed your weight capacity, and then you'll end up doing maneuvers and combat on the tricycle with a disadvantage.
Cool.
So that's just to keep track of whether or not you're going over your weight capacity. And then finally, place a d6 on each of the 4 durability squares. So that is where you're going to be testing how the HP of your bike. It's going to be working the same as your armor. So anytime you do a handling check, let's say, you're going to drive through this leg of the journey, whoever's driving, do a dexterity check to see if you succeed. If you succeed on your handling check, you just roll 1 durability die. If you roll a 1 or a 2, it breaks. Otherwise, it's fine. If you fail your handling check, that means you're unable to maneuver whatever you're trying to do, and you have to roll all your durability dice. 1 and 2s get broken, 3s and up stay fine. So the more you suck at driving your bike, the more chances you are at breaking down. If all of your durability dice end up broken, then your bike immediately breaks down. You cannot move forward until you repair at least 1 of the dice.
Gotcha. And
And then you can
repairs
do
happen at checkpoints?
They can do it on the road, or you can do it in the village. The only
Oh, cool.
difference is that if you do it on the road, it's going to be harder because you have less materials. If you do it at a checkpoint or a village, it's a lot easier because they have resources and the people's help.
Mm-hmm.
If you look on the map, there's all these checkpoints with names, and then you'll have each leg of the journey, which is a number. So Batang to Lang Lang, it is 1. The more consecutive legs you're going to be traveling, the harder it is for you to maneuver because of in driving endurance and then like your bike's actual endurance. So it gets harder the longer the stretch. And that's basically it. Take advantage of the setting. So when you're driving, you can use the bike itself to change elevation, gain cover, use it as a weapon. Since the tricycle, if you look at the pictures, there's like a roof, the cart, and the driver's side. So you can stand on top of it. You can stand underneath it. And because you're professional cabbies, when you're driving, mobile combat is second nature to you. You can swing around and move around the tricycle like you're on flat ground. So you can use that to your advantage. Any questions before we move on?
No. I printed this thing out wrong. I like the design of it, though, where you're supposed to be able to fold the side panels in.
Yeah.
I
so
printed
it's
them
got
out so it's upside down, so I can't do that, but that's okay.
Oh, if it's in the middle of the table, I guess you still can. You just got to read. Only
Yeah.
2 people can read it properly.
Right.
Yeah, where are you guys sitting as
I want to jump on the sidecar roof.
before this person pops out? I assume you guys are just sort of like looking cool on the side of
Smoking.
the town.
Yeah,
like, leaning up to your
absolutely.
bike.
Yeah. Also, I'm getting a very Gorillaz vibe from the art and also just the scene.
You and your tricycle are parked in Batang, a small city at the foot of a jungle mountain. The evening is bustling with imperial settlers and nobles enjoying their night out. Guards patrol every corner, ensuring workers like yourselves stay in line. Suddenly, a hooded woman in red-skirted clothing scrambles out of the small crowd. She helps herself into your tricycle passenger car. There is urgency in her voice as she requests a fare to Sugat, a hidden spiritual site deep within the jungle mountain. She passes you a map, drawn in an ancient fiber you've never before felt in your hands. The texture fills your senses with new memories of a forgotten past. The mysterious stranger snaps you back into reality in time to see a small army of elite Imperial hunters running in your direction. There's the witch! Kill her and her accomplices! The mysterious passenger turns to you and says, "We must ride into the jungle or die here."
Accomplices?
This has all happened really, really quickly.
Ooh, who's in the driver's seat right now?
Does it help to have the driver have the highest dex, or does that not matter?
Just gonna rub this in the
Like if your
time,
dex, if your dex as a cleric was significantly better than, say, the dex of a thief,
I
would
can't
it make
believe
sense to be the driver?
Can't believe this.
Oh my god, yeah, you do have the best dex. But not by much, by 2.
Yeah, the power of Starbow makes me very agile.
The power of the tree.
The most agile creatures in
Yes.
nature. They're moving so fast, they look completely still for hundreds of years.
Scallion's in the driver's seat, ready to go.
Okay.
As a cleric, do you
Cool.
know the spiritual site
Yeah, I know
our
all
fair's
about it.
talking about?
Yeah, it's Sugat. Everyone knows Sugat.
Oh, do you know the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Look at this map she gave me also.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, I obviously knew that as well.
I mean, I just follow the trees. They point the branches in the right direction.
I
and
would
that's
say
how where I
that
go.
the what's it called? Multiple gods? Polytheal?
Amorous?
Polytheism. No.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, that's where
I'm monogamous with Starbo. I don't want any other gods.
When you're polyamorous, you with all kinds of gods, right? That's what that means.
Yeah. Since this is a polyamorous kingdom, let's say you are aware of Sugat, but because it's not necessarily Starbo related, you don't know exactly where it is. So you're like, it's a new tourist spot for you. Like, hey, I've never been there before. Let's try this out.
Oh, but we have a map, of course.
Yeah,
do have a map.
and variety is the spice of life. Let's go check out this.
Let's check it out. I'm gonna jump on the sidecar roof.
Tie the rope to the roof. I'm going to take off on the leaf.
Oh, and Bo is fucking like gliding behind. Is that your plan?
Like a leaf on the wind. Here we go.
Yeah, is that what you're gonna do? You're just gonna hang
Yeah.
like a
by
parasailer
rope?
kind of behind a
Yeah.
boat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Providing us aerial support.
This is cool
Take
as
off.
shit.
I'm slowing everyone down as well as working as an actual fucking beacon as to our location.
He's above the trees so anyone can find him.
So Scallion, taking this map, seeing the guards approaching, revs the engine, immediately takes off, roaring through the crowd, escaping the bustling city of Batang. Scallion, can you do a dexterity check with advantage for me to make it out of the city okay?
So my dex is a 16. I'm rolling a d20.
Twice.
Just never
D20
gonna-
twice, and it's got to be 16 or lower.
Yes.
He didn't have to sail. He's just rubbing it
The
in.
first one was a success. The second one was also a success.
Cool. Roaring with rebellion, soars out of the city of Batang into the dark night of the jungle. Since Batang is at the foot of it, you are exiting the bright lights of the city into the darkness, and you enter your first leg of the journey.